See that Stephen Thompson, I guess he said something about wanting sidekicks to be made illegal. Here's a quote. This is a quote where he did an interview with BJPenn.com, and it made it clear how he felt about the technique. I did finally watch the fight, man. Me and my coaches came back and watched the fight. You know, there was one thing that really slowed me down during the fight, and that was the side kick to the knee. It caught me just right in the center of the knee in the first or second round. I believe it was the second round, if I remember correctly. But yeah, man, I heard some cracking and popping, and it slowed me down tremendously. Blah blah blah. So I guess he got an ACL injury in the fight as well. This is sort of like, I think John Jones, you see him do that kind of side kick. Yeah. People call it an oblique kick. Is that?
Yeah, they call it an oblique kick, side kick to the leg, whatever you want to call it. Listen, I love Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but I'm not with him here at all. At the end of the day, it's mixed martial arts. What is mixed martial arts about? You're trying to stop your opponent within the confines of the rules. You're trying to knock your opponent out. You're trying to choke them unconscious. You're trying to break their arms. You're trying to, hyperextend their arm to a point where it's so painful they have to tap to make you stop. So you can't therefore say, hold on a minute, you can't kick me in the leg a certain way because it really hurts, or you might damage me. Well, every time he does one of those spinning wheel kicks to the face, he could detach somebody's retina. Every time he does a spinning wheel kick to someone's face, he could cause brain damage, or he could break their jaw. Every time someone does a heel hook, you can snap ligaments in the legs. It's like, listen, if you sign up for this, then that's what you accept. So you can't call for them to be banned because, it hurt your leg. That's the whole point of the business. That's the game. And as I say, I'll reiterate once more, I love Stephen Thompson. I think he's amazing. I think he's a great martial artist, a great human being. I love watching him fight. I thought he was unlucky recently with the judges, but it was close, But on this one, I'm just not with him. It's BS. Yeah. I'd like to see less rules. For example, you can't do the north to south elbows, which
12-6.
12 to 6 is bullshit. You should be able to.
I guess he made the point that when he fought Jorge Masvidal, he used the same technique to the knee, but he was just throwing it sort of as a jab to keep him away. When I was in the cage fighting Till, it felt like this guy was trying to break my leg. It was like he had intentions of ripping everything out in my knee, and that's how I felt anyway. Like the kid was really trying to injure me in here.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? If his intention was to blow out his knee, well, was your intention not to land one of those wheel kicks to his face and knock him out?
I'll say this, playing devil's advocate, because I agree with you. I really do agree with you.
Yeah, sure, but play devil's advocate.
Because I've talked about this specific strike, because it is an ugly strike. Now, the intention of the strike, I almost feel like
I throw it a lot in my fights.
Let's say you do what the intention, which is he's saying Darren Till's intention is to fucking blow this dude's knee out with this,
That's not necessarily the intention.
Well, let's say you land it in the proper way and you do that. I feel like the end result could be possibly something that injures somebody for a couple of years versus where I think most of the other techniques you guys are doing, it's all designed so the referee can step in and you can't have permanent injury.
A head kick can't create injuries, and I'm pointing to my eye as I say this, can't create injuries that last a couple of years or that last a lifetime.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's bullshit. There are the rules. If you don't want to do it, go back to karate, right? These are the rules of mixed martial arts. It's true, though. Do you know what I mean? I throw it my fucking self.
By the way, that's the headline. That's coming out.
I don't care. As I said, I've reiterated many times, I like Stephen, but you can't pick and choose the rules. That's what you sign up for. That's what you get.
A
lot of the time, when you throw that kick and it lands to the thigh a little higher with the heel to the thigh, it's fucking sore. And if you go a little low and you get it just perfect on the knee and you're fully planted on, your arm, your leg is planted and your leg is straight, boom, it's going to hyperextend it. Yeah, for sure you're going to get damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But shit goes wrong on the floor all the time. People post on their arm doing jiu-jitsu and might blow out a shoulder. Guess what? It's a physical sport. It's a fighting sport where we're trying to knock each other out, choke them unconscious, or manipulate the body in such a way that they have to submit to say, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
So there's really no grounds for argument there.
I just feel like with that move specifically, like I think when you throw a head kick, your intention isn't to fuck up somebody's orbital bone or to you know.
No, it's not. And when
even
you
when you throw somebody a punch to the nose.
Yeah, but even when you're throwing that kick, you're not necessarily trying to do that.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that was sort of his point. Is that
yeah,
it's like,
but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, if that happens, it happens. And if you're trying to achieve that, you're trying to achieve that. I'll tell you, I throw that kick. I used to throw it in sparring all the time. You know what I mean? And it's a nice little thing. It stops people advancing on you. It stops them crowding you too much. It actually hurts the leg. It might, fucking huge, man. You jack.
Legs, bro?
It might inhibit their movement. You know what I mean? If it's a little, it's just unlucky. It's the luck of the draw. If it lands at the wrong time and messes the knee up, then that's unfortunate and it's a shame. But once again, I reiterate, it's mixed martial arts.
Is there any move that you would make illegal? This is actually a good question for you.
Illegal?
Is there something that you would take? Because I know you just said that you would rather take away rules to make it more of a fight. But is there something that you think that's happening in MMA? You know, barring the judging, obviously, and taking performance-enhancing drugs. But is there any technique where you're like, that could probably go, or you think they should maybe bring it in even?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm trying to think, and I can't think of anything. There's nothing right now that I look that's glaringly obvious. They've got rid of, I would say all the things they need to get rid of. Eye gouging, all that type of stuff, headbutts, nut shots. Remember, these were all legal back in the day, prior to it being sanctioned by the athletic commissions. They've got rid of all those things, and they've even got rid of 6 to 12 elbows, which is ridiculous. They did that. They got rid of 6 to 12 elbows because a commission member saw a martial artist breaking sheets of concrete or blocks of ice.
Yeah.
And they were like, whoa, that's far too powerful.
What you could do.
We've got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous. So, no, to answer your question, no, there isn't.
Yeah. And
go on.
What about things like soccer kicks? Would you include them, or you think this is fine?
Soccer kicks? No. Listen, I don't think soccer kicks are necessary. I like the fact they're not there. I also think with soccer kicks still allowed, would the sport have still been as successful as it is? Because people see that it is very graphic, very violent. I remember watching Pride back in the day and thinking, whilst it's awesome to see somebody diving through the air and stamping on the forehead and doing soccer kicks, you're like, holy shit, this is hardcore. Would the sport have reached the popularity it is today? I don't know. So no, listen, I'm pretty satisfied with what is allowed and what's not.
Yeah. What about when you started? Was there like shit that you were doing? What year did you start?
MMA 2000. Well, what we call MMA. I was doing a thing called Knockdown Sport Budo, which was MMA. We just didn't know it was MMA against grown men when I was 16 years old. I was going down to Nottingham. Bare fist. You can find it online as well, actually.
Oh, I'll have Shannon pull it up in the background while we're talking here.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was MMA. We used to call it Knockdown Sport Budo. Yeah. So but legit MMA as we know it today, 2003.
And were the rules the same? It wasn't unified. It wasn't the unified rules back then. So was there anything they were doing
we used to follow the the UFC rules because there's no athletic commissions in the UK. That is very annoying. There's blinds.
Yeah, I'll go.
Flapping all over the place. If you want to shut the window,
I'll go do it.
It's your place. It's not mine.
We're in a very nice Airbnb right now.
No, I know, but that's very annoying.
I know it's not the Chateau de Bisping, which was incredible.
Yeah.
Why you gotta get all fucking?
No, it is nice. Yeah, we had to aerate the room a little after you left. It was a little smelly. And, we had to burn the sheets and and disinfect Alfie. I'm joking, by the way. Where were we? Oh no, unified rules. There's no athletic commissions in the UK, so we just followed the rules that we had. The UFC had. Night, buddy.
Good night, James.
This is little James here.
You want to say good night to all the Believe Me fans? Good night.
Good night, James. Hey, tell the world how amazing Michael Bisping is. You just say he's amazing.
He's amazing.
Was Michael Bisping really cool? We went to his house.
Yeah.
What'd you think of his house?
Good.
Was it fun?
Mhm.
What was your favorite part?
Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Michael Bisping was your favorite part of his house?
That was the favorite bit. Come on, James. You're a smart kid. Yeah.
Are you being silly? Okay. Goodbye.
Right.
Good night.
Good night, James.
Good night, Bear.
Bye-bye.
We're going to
See, this the soft side of Louis J. Gomez that you don't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Louis. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him in a few.
Yeah, God, that.
I'm gonna go in there.
I specifically said if that little shit
If he interrupts
shows
the
his
show,
face on this podcast, I'm gonna go mental.
Dude, I'm gonna.
Just because Lucas had to come on a few weeks ago, you had to try and one up me.
I did.
Bring him on in person, give you a hug, say I love you,
so
Dad.
touching.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not even my kid. I paid that kid. It's a midget from Hollywood
I
Boulevard.
thought he didn't look anything like you.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
like,
found a little
yeah.
person and he
Yeah,
came in, gave
yeah.
him $50.